Welcome to Rate the Super. My name is Brian of Chamber of the Wraith, and today we are rating the supers in Injustice 2. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but I have not had much of an opportunity to do so until now. We will be rating all 38 different super moves in Injustice 2. Keep in mind that I'm not counting super move startups of any kind, so the different startups for the TMNT, Superman, and the Joker do not count. All that counts is the actual super move animations and what they do for being awesomely badass and all of that. We're just going to go into simple system, rated out of 10. I'm just going to wait for a person to get here, and then we will begin. Just give me a minute. Hopefully people will swing on by soon. Hopefully, once we're ready, we will begin. But in the meantime, while we wait, I'm going to treat you guys to the ending for Harley Quinn, since she's going to be getting a movie very soon, and she has her own show. So, Harley Quinn!
I still can't believe it! Me, bringing down Brainiac! Who knew? Still, that surprised me. Offering me a spot in the Justice League? Not totally sure he ain't crazy, but who says no to that guy? You know, being good feels good. But every now and again, every once in a while, I get this irresistible urge to go out and bash some heads! Hopefully being good will stick long term. Till I'm sure my kid Lucy's still gonna know me as her crazy Aunt Holleen. Maybe someday I can give her the real scoop.
What a good kid. I love this character. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like Harley. There's a lot of people who hate her because she's overrated. No, she's not. With Harley, there's no such thing. Alright, so let us go into practice mode, and we will be going from the center of the cast out, and then meeting back in the middle. So basically we'll be doing this. We'll be going all the way to Hellboy, then we'll go down, all the way to the TMNT, and then we'll end with Red Hood. But that out of the way, we have Batman. Let's begin. And as always, we are going to be having a punching bag. I am inclined to say Joker, but, I mean, I've already used Joker for a thing, and he's going to be used in 2 more punching bag videos, so I'm wondering, should I give the Clown Prince of Crime a break, and perhaps beat the crap out of, oh, I don't know. How about we beat the crap out of Brainiac instead? Or would you guys prefer to see the Joker get the holy cannolis beaten out of him? Just gonna mute somebody real quick. Do we do Joker as our punching bag for this whole video? Or do we do Brainiac instead? Or Gorilla Grodd? Those are your main Brainiac. I don't want to look at Joker's stupid face. Okay, Shadowcat. By the way, if Shadowcat would like, she will be assisting us in rating the video. I don't know why I said us, because it's only me this time. But, we could beat the crap out of Brainiac or Gorilla Grodd, but let's do Brainiac. I got stabbed, so I punch you. Fighters approaching contact. Lego. I figured this is how I'm going to be doing all of my Rate the Supers from now on, by doing it live with people, because doing it live is the best way to do these things. So, without further ado, or I almost said Superman. Batman Super Lego. 1989 Batman reference, very nice.
You're leaving, Brainiac.
Okay, so that's like an above average primer. I give that one a 6.5 out of 10. Mostly because Batman isn't doing anything himself. Technically, it's his gadgets doing it. But it kind of makes sense for him to call on the Batwing to shoot the crap out of you. Plus, the shot is just fantastic. But then the Batwing just kind of shoots you a bunch. That's why I give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's in my opinion, anyway. What do you think, Shadowcat? Oh, so they don't go away. They don't go if they hit. I'm trying to remember some stuff from Batman as well. Yeah, I can't do it unless I do. 6 out of 10. It's cool, it's bat-filled stuff, but it's just getting that pew-pew from the Batwing. Yeah! Oh, that's right. R2 for Amplify. Ooh, should we rate the transitions as well? Let's save that for later. Let's save rating the transitions for later. And focus on... Super moves! Now it's time for Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn
Versus Brainiac.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Metropolis.
I got stabbed again! So I shoot you, face. What's cool about Harley Quinn in this game is that she gets Bud and Lou as assists in her traits. But I wonder if there's any more she could do. Oh wait, let's see. Aw, dude, that is an 8. That is so an 8 out of 10. Like, how do you beat this? She slides in, calls her hyenas, would bring you down. You get a POV shot, which is unique to Harley. That is absolutely an 8 out of 10. I love this super. Batter up! So, while we switch characters, I shall wait for Shadowcat's thoughts on Harley Quinn. Because the next character, you know, is Green Lantern. Oh, and it is going to be Hal, so.
Green Lantern. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Red Sun Prison.
Just going to do this real quick. .5 out of 10. It's good, but the POV is a little jarring. Fair enough. I also love the big wham and you're knocked the fuck out. But it's time for your boy Green Lantern. Yeah, that's right. I forgot something about this super. Wham! Sorry. The whap on the head is too good. The whap on the head is just hilarious. But overall, it's cool because you're building the construct, and then, but the impact could have been better. The one thing I do like about this super is that the construct changes color with the lantern rings, like all the constructs do. So I got a purple one here. But the final impact is just, I feel like it could have had a lot more impact. But that's just me. So I'm also gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10, just like that, man. Next up Oh. We already know where this is going. At least I do. But,
The Flash.
for those who are unfamiliar,
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Gotham City.
I see Flash and super great. Don't got much. Yeah, that's fair. Flash is a really cool character in this game. He is also unique in that he has 2 premier skins specifically for himself. Reverse Flash and Jay Garrick. And of course this combo game is sweet! But we're not here for combo game. We're here for super moves. And Flash has one of the fastest in the game, fittingly. But not the fastest, fun fact. That's a 10 out of 10 super for this game, man. Holy God. Like, how do you... Who's faster? Supergirl. She has a 5 frame, which means 1/12 of a second startup, whereas Flash's at point blank range is a 1/10 of a second, 6 frames. But that's a point blank range. This super is probably the best super move of any kind NetherRealm has ever done. I rate it that high, better than anything in Mortal Kombat, anything in the previous Injustice games. But this man's right here has the best damn super, in my opinion. This is absolutely the 10 out of 10 cream of the crop. At least in my opinion, anyway.
Catwoman.
Oh wait, do I have... Yes, I do. I have the new thing set up.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
Love to know what Shadowcat thinks about that super. Flashes. 6.5 out of 10, really? Why do you not... I'm curious as to that rating now. But before we get too crazy, let's get into Catwoman. That's an 8. I really like Catwoman's super. I don't like the activation for it, but the bike, the whip, dragging your ass for the worst case of road burn I've ever seen, and then dropping the bike on your head. It would have been nice if they gave her something. If they gave her something with, like her claws. Just Flash goes around and smacks foes into stuff. Oh, I see what you mean. There we go. I'm also biased because Catwoman. Yeah, Catwoman's got a really damn good super. The only thing I'm not too keen on is I kind of wish either if the startup or something involved, like her claws. You know what I mean? But otherwise, really good super. Onwards! Cyborg.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Brainiac's ship.
That's hilarious. Indeed. But, I mean, hey, her affiliation for bikes. Cyborg! This is a weird one. I feel. This is a really weird one because Cyborg doesn't really do much. He boom tubes you to Apocalypse, where some parademons kick your ass, and then he shoots you and the parademon. But this feels almost more like it should be a Darkseid or Steppenwolf super than a Cyborg one. Like, I get the whole boom tube mother box thing that Cyborg has in the comics now, but this feels way more like it should belong to Darkseid than it should to Cyborg. And he doesn't even do all that much. This is like for cool factor alone, it is absolutely a 5. Like, it's a 5 out of 10, otherwise it would be like a 3. You know what I mean? I like his Injustice 1 super move better. Hey, how many times can I do that? Can I do that in the corner multiple times? Yeah, right? Like, he isn't doing anything. He just boom tubes your ass out and then, like, prepares his cannon? Like, that's not even... He ain't even doing anything. Swampy, Lego. I really like Swamp Thing in this game. He's such a kooky character. He's such an unusual character. He's a grappler, but he zones? He's not that great in this game tier-wise, but I mean, a character with a full screen throw? You can't go wrong. But now it's time for Swamp Thing Super. Ow. Ow. Oh, the spine. Right. That's a 7 out of 10. That's a pretty solid super. It's kind of a Swamp Thing to do, to big fist, and then, you know, use your big fist. The thing that gets me, though... I feel like his elbow kind of bends the wrong way, and even weirder yet, Swamp Thing is supposed to be like the lord of the... He's basically supposed to be the guardian of all the plants. So, you know, vines and big tree punch, and he summons logs and things. So why is it that I don't see the opponent getting smacked around by a tree or something? It's a good super, but there's a way to... But I feel like there's ways to make it fit Swamp Thing a little bit better. You know what I mean? Swamp Thing is a tree. His elbow will bend how he wants. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, 7 out of 10 for Swampy. Ooh, first Mortal Kombat character. Lego.
Sub-Zero.
I'm just doing primary loadouts. I'm not switching loadouts per se. 6 out of 10, but it could do with more trees. Yeah, it could do with more plants in general, really.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
Yeah! Brainiac's face when he gets fucking socked is great. Anyway. Zubba Lubba Ding Dong, Lego. That's one of the more brutal super moves, and it's kind of fitting that a Mortal Kombat character gets something like that. Slide in, and it shows off Sub-Zero's kit really well. The only thing is that, and I really like the Ice Blizzards. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's not the best super in the game, but it's hard to beat as far as like giving a Mortal Kombat character a super move and not being allowed to use X-rays at the time. I could totally see why I totally give this an 8. That's my opinion, anyway. Simple, but Sub's powers are pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that he, like, summons the Ice Hammer and then just goes wham and sends you flying. Hellboy! The first guest character in an Injustice game that is not a Mortal Kombat character.
Brainiac.
Oh, hang on. Time for the big fist.
Fighters approaching.
Wham! He looks so happy. He looks so happy to be just boofing somebody in the side of the head. And his big, giant fist thing. But yeah, Hellboy is not a DC character. He's not a Marvel character. He's actually a Dark Horse character. He belongs to the Dark Horse line of comics, so that's his home. But time for Big Fist. Oh, that's right. He takes you to hell.
You're going to hell, motherfucker.
That is a 7.5 out of 10. Hellboy's weird because he has a lot of like charms and things. Like in this gear move, he uses a bottle of angel tears. He uses a thing that summons a tree for advantage. Get punked, Brainiac. Yeah. He has his, but other than his thing, he's just brawler and gun, big ass giant devil's revolver and beat. Where is? Oh, that's right. It's Big Fist, right? But yeah, 7 out of 10. It's really good. But what I really would have liked is if this is gonna look weird because it's technically on his left hand instead of his right, but I would have really liked it if like there was some sort of artifact that he pulls out of hell to beat the shit out of you instead of just some random axe. You know what I mean? But c'est la vie. It is what it is. 7.5 out of 10. Also, fun fact, apparently Hellboy is related to King Arthur by blood. Who knew? Alright. Suicide Squad standout Enchantress is next.
Enchantress.
This will be interesting.
Brainiac.
Yes.
Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
Ah! How dare you stab the witch! He's a good boy. A good Hellboy. Alright. Enchantress. Let go. You can do this in the air or on the ground, I think. Oh! Want to skip ahead to Red Hood? Okie dokie. Boom! Soul Nova! That's actually a really cool concept for a super move. Yank your soul the soul out of your opponent and just beat them with their own soul and then make the soul explode? I like it. It's a very cool sort of wicked witchy thing to do. And if memory serves, oh fortune, if memory serves actually, I believe the soul changes color based off of what shader you have. I'll skip ahead to Red Hood, but I just want to see if, because I'm pretty sure, because the magic changes color. Yeah, the soul changes color too, just like Green Lantern. It's just weird for Brainiac to be doing it, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a soul, but... C'est la vie. 8 out of 10. Damn good super. I really like it. Now we're going to skip ahead. I was originally saving Red Hood for last, but as per the request of the lovely Shadowcat, we are doing Red Hood first. And because of... Oh shit, repeat that. Did Enchantress's super kind of get fuckled? Or what happened there? His soul is firmware, obviously. 8 out of 10. Damn good. Alright, so since it is Shadowcat's request to skip ahead to Red Hood, I will also let her decide between Cheating Death, Arkham's Knight, Jason's Darkness, Lazarus Hound, or Outlaw Gunner as our Red Hood of choice. Because normally I'm just doing the first loadout, maybe the second one to see if there's anything different, but, you know, requests! So... gotta skip ahead and all that stuff. That leaves Superman for last. That last one. So Outlaw Gunner.
Red Hood.
Lego.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Gotham City.
Oh, I got stabbed. You got tased, bitch. Bitch. Alright. Red Hood. Okay, Jason. Show him what you got. Ooh. Guns! More guns! Gun. It's definitely better than Batman's. I will definitely say that. It's definitely better than Batman's. which I believe I gave the 6 more fire swords, at least a 7. But I don't know if it's too low, so I'm looking at it again. Yeah, I think 7 is too low. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. So, that's my opinion. I think Red Hood's Super is definitely a 7.5 out of 10. Not quite 8, but 7 is definitely too low. Now back to our regular. Needs more gun. How do you do more gun? just beat them with gun and then pull out minigun? I don't know. But we're moving on to
Black Manta.
Aquaman's nemesis, Black Manta.
Brainiac.
With his stabbies and his lasers. Love your boy Jason.
Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with your boy Jason, man. He is... That's just more gun. just more gun. Okay, so first off, I would just want to really quickly preview Black Manta's throw animation, because it is so good. Okay, now for the real stuff. Super! Hey, serves! That's right. So what a great way to use Black Manta's arsenal. I mean, he has all of this stuff. Except for the collapsible trident and his base moves, his laser beam, his harpoon, all the water stuff. Oops. So, and as an Aquaman villain, how perfect is it for him to have his own collapsible trident? Oh, and the torpedoes as well. So this walking war submarine thing, I'm gonna give it an 8. It's a really good super. I really think it's a damn good super. There's my torpedo. Excuse me? Can I actually? What? I literally just found that out. That is sick. Anyways, this is an 8 out of 10 super. That's in my opinion anyway. Man, I love coming back to Injustice 2 and finding new shit. So good. Alright, moving on. Now it's time for the girl with the fastest super in the West. Supergirl. Or because of the... Wait, we didn't do premier skins. We didn't do premier skins for the Flash. And nor for Cyborg either. Shit, I'm slipping on my game here. By the way, for those in the know, Cyborg's premier skin is Grid. 6 out of 10. I like it, but I think it's missing something. But it needs something. A little more oomph from the lasers, maybe? Or better explosion? I don't know, yeah. But I'm definitely giving it an 8. I really like it. And then, of course, Flash has his 2 premier skins in the Reverse Flash, who is the pettiest motherfucker I have ever seen, honestly. And Jay Garrick, who is my personal favorite Flash. But I leave it up to the lovely lady to decide. Are we going to go with Kara Zor-El? Or hang on, are we going to go with Kara Danvers? Or are we going to go with Karen Starr? Yes, Power Girl's alternate ego's name is Karen Starr. But isn't that the question? Isn't that the question of the hour? Do we do Power Girl? Or do we do Supergirl? Super move is the same either way. I'm just curious as to which one, which of these lovely ladies gets to pull it off. Excuse me. You know what? I think I'm gonna do Supergirl.
Supergirl.
I think I'm gonna do Supergirl. I like Danvers better than Star personally.
Brainiac.
Brainiac. Maybe for the transitions. Yeah, that's what I'll do. For the transition part of the video, because I've decided we will rate the transitions, I will do Premier Skins.
Fighters approaching Gotham City.
Just like for my Ultimate Compendium on How to Hurt the Joker. Give me just a minute, please. You, mouth ice. Do not let her blow on you. Otherwise you're gonna be chilled. Nope. She probably... How's that for a combo? But, honestly, I feel like she could give the best back massage. Look at this. Instantly tenderize your back muscles. Alright. Supergirl punch! Oh yeah, take you around the sun and then fire you back down with lasers. And then have the asteroids finish you off. It's cool, because unlike the other ones that have the side effects of what the hell's going on, it actually kind of looks cool for the side effect to be doing some of the damage. And she's directly causing it still. She's firing the lasers that, boom, cause that to happen. And yeah, I gotta give this a 9. I really like Kara, admittedly, so there's a little bit of bias there, but honestly, I still think it's a 9 out of 10. That's my opinion anyway. Walk him down. Also, fun fact, Supergirl has a teleport in this game. Yeet! Up we go! And to anybody else who's decided to join us for the stream today, I would like to let you know that you can indeed request a character if we're going to step ahead, or if you miss a character. It's pretty good, but I think it would have been better to throw them into the sun. Yes! Throw them into the sun, fly back around, grab them, and then yeet them back to Earth. I could totally get behind that. But for those who are for the person who just decided to join in, if you have a request for a character for me to skip ahead, we're basically just going in a big circle. I will be happy to oblige. We currently did Batman, Red Hood, Harley, Green Lantern, Flash, Catwoman, Cyborg, Swamp Thing, Sub-Zero, Hellboy, Enchantress, Black Manta, and Supergirl. And next up is the best Archer, the best Liberal, Green Arrow. There you go. I'm gonna go to Gorilla City for this one. I got stabbed! So fire arrow in the mouth. Throw them into the sun. Freeze arrow. He's a kill queen. Yes. Or killer queen. Yes. Fire arrow. Fire arrow. Shock arrow. Shock arrow. And my personal favorite, boxing glove arrow, bitch! But we're not here for boxing glove arrow. We're here for super arrow. Lego! That's a bit of a funky end, in my opinion. I don't know, but I really like the whole green. I mean, obviously, what is Green Arrow going to do and use arrows, right? But it's really good. And then freeze arrow. I just wish there was some other way to end it, like a rocket arrow or something, and not just have him stomp on you. But yeah, otherwise that's a 7 out of 10. I like that a lot. Wait. The ending needs more. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, come on. How cool would it have been if it was, like, one of these explosive arrows at the end instead? Or, what else? What other arrows does he have? He has, oh, that's right, modifier arrows. Or just a fire arrow or something. Some other arrow to finish it off instead of just a weird stomp. I don't know. 7 out of 10, though. In my opinion. Yes, explosive arrows would have been good, indeed. Now it's time for Fate.
Dr. Fate
versus Brainiac.
Fighters approaching Atlantis.
I got stabbed. Here, have some holy light! Holy light on the robot man! Let me know if I'm being too high energy. Dr. Fate, let's go. One is Dr. Fate clones. Let's look at that again. Because it's cool that he sucks you in. And then his buddies smack you around in the Tower of Fate, which I think is just clones of himself. So he's technically doing it 3 times over, but like... Dr. Fate is supposed to be an incredibly powerful magician with like big magic abilities and glyphs and shit. I don't know. It feels almost too generic for Dr. Fate, you know what I mean? Like I would have expected... Wouldn't it be the Lords of the other Lords of Order? It could very well be, actually. The Lords of Order beating up the opponent for Dr. Fate. That would be a kind of neat way to look at it, but considering all of the shit that he can do, I don't know. It just feels weird. Damn it. Hang on. Yeah, you can do that multiple times. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 6.5. I feel like it's too generic for Dr. Fate, and that's really weird. Because I would have thought that maybe he could do some other magical things, bind them in chains, blow up magic underneath them, I don't know. Something else other than what he already does. You got Ankh spelt right, yeah. So, Beetle. Blue Beetle. Who I feel like Dr. Fate, the next couple of characters, Blue Beetle and Firestorm, suffer a similar problem with their supers. Because I remember... It's weird, because I remember these supers for not being very memorable, if that makes any sense. And you'll see why with Blue Beetle in a minute. Slice, slice. Bonk, bonk. Well, that super does kind of suck, actually. See, the thing about the beetle, the scarab that's on his back, it's an alien war machine that can give him, that lets him shapeshift into anything he needs. So, like, he could, you know, do blades, or cannons, or shields. But he could also use wings and fly, and granted, Blue Beetle in this game is particular game is not that experienced, so I can kind of see why it's a little bit but for all that the Scarab can do, I feel like this could have been better. This is definitely a 6.5 for me. See what I mean? Like he doesn't entirely know what he's doing, and it can kind of show in his super, but that's not a positive point. That's not a positive point, Jaime. 6.5. Firestorm! Same rating, it's not great. Yeah.
Brainiac.
Here's the weird thing about...
Fighters approaching Red Sun Prison.
Here's the weird thing about Firestorm. It's just a problem he has overall as a character. This game does not give Firestorm's abilities much justice. You have fire, fire, fire... charge up, what is it? Come on. Is it ready? It is. Oh, I changed it. So, normally it would be trappy fire, but we have explodey fire, fire shield, teleport, fire, more fire. But that's not what Firestorm is all about. And I'll talk about why after the super move. See, despite what you may have gotten the impression of with Firestorm, fire is just the tip of the iceberg for this guy's abilities. His true power is the ability to transmute materials into anything he needs. He could turn toxic gas into pine-scented air freshener, or turn lead into gold, or anything, chemistry and physics based. But no, they literally turn him into Fireman. And I'm not keen on that. So it's a 6 out of 10, but that's just because NetherRealm looked at Firestorm and went, oh, he's a fire character. No! He's got so much more than that! Anyways, Aquaman.
Brainiac.
Stabby boy.
Fighters approaching Atlantis.
His name's Firestorm. Oh, they want to keep things simple for less yeah, I guess. I mean, I understand why. It's just, I feel like if they had a little, even just the tiniest hint that, oh, he could do more than just fire, then it would probably be very cool. But now it's time for Aquaman, and his can be a full screen super. Ah! Aquaman supers are just consistently freaking awesome. Like, this is definitely a 9 out of 10 super move, right here. With the stabby and the giant fish of death. All of that. This is totally a 9. I love this super. It's so good. And I love how it's not just a great white either. It's some sort of nondescript murder fish. So yeah, I'm totally giving it. But it needs more murder fish. Yeah, or like somehow to get the trench queen involved. As you can see in the background, poor shark is going to be turned into fish food here. But I really think that this is a damn good super. Or, you know what would have been even better? You know what would have made this super move? Damn near perfect. Like, the closest thing to a 10 out of 10 that you can get in this game is if instead of some sort of random giant murder fish, you get some sort of sea monster. A mosasaur, a kraken, a giant sea serpent, something that isn't, fish. Not that I'm bad-mouthing the fish here. I'm just saying, some other giant, bigger monster. Maybe they'll say that for Injustice 3. Some giant, huge monster for Aquaman to summon. I would have loved that, but c'est la vie. My girl! We need him to release the Kraken! Yes! I am on board. But we're with my girl, Black Canary. And much as I love her, much as I love this woman, the super move they went with was entirely too predictable and entirely too meh. That's a 6 out of 10. Black Canary is supposed to be one of the best martial artists in the DC universe. And what do we get? A screaming contest. Sure, that's her superpower, but she doesn't actually use Canary Cry that often. I will admit the warping of the sound and distorting of the sound is cool, but, I would have liked it if it was something else. And I'm pretty sure you would agree, but hey, I don't know for sure. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like Catwoman in that regard. It's kind of like Catwoman in that regard, where it's like, well, it would have been nice if we saw more whips and claws, and not motorcycle. But it is what it is. Darkseid! Classic big bad here.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
With squiggly eye lasers! Fun fact, the Omega Beam technically shouldn't be able to miss because Darkseid can actually aim the damn things. And I can show you what I mean with his Omega Beam here. So, anti-air version, straight version, crawly low, to that, low, upwards. Oh, and I have Maximum Omega on here as well, which is an ability that really shows it off. See what I mean? And you can really just do anything you want with it. as long as it's active. But you know what else you can do that with? His super move. Squiggly, squiggly, motherfucker! Oh, hang on. Squiggly, squiggly, motherfucker! Yes, indeed, and I totally understand that. I mean, Batman dodged it in the Justice League cartoon for shit's sake, so it's not undodgeable. It's just very hard to dodge. Even Superman has trouble with that. But this is another 9, like Aquaman, because he's doing the lasers and then he pulls you in and scrunches you, showing off an ability that not too many people remember about Darkseid. He is actually able to change his size. Hell, if they gave him Cyborg Super, it would still be an 8 for Reality Break. Yeah. But Sylvie, it is what it is. I really do like this super because it's a very Darkseid thing to do. Another one, like I said, if Darkseid had Cyborg Super, where he like Omega beams your ass to Apocalypse and then back, and then I don't know, does a final hammer smash or something. That would have also been an 8, because that would have fit Darkseid way better than Cyborg. But now it's time for Lay Wo Wo.
Wonder Woman.
Lay Wo Wo. We're gonna go with Brainiac on Kondak, because Themyscira is not a stage anymore. Let me hit you with my trash can lid. Nah. Okay, Wonder Woman, show this green-skinned freak what you're capable of. That is an 8 out of 10 super right there. That is totally an 8 out of 10 super. So first off, clang, and then she does this sweet move with the lasso. I like the shield throw, even though, and then the shield and the sword embed in the opponent with a final stomp. This is totally an 8 out of 10. I like this super a lot, even though I'm not too keen on how they characterize Wonder Woman in this game. And fun fact, Susan Eisenberg is actually not a fan of how they characterize Wonder Woman either. I know this because I asked her when she was up here a couple years ago. But, yeah, that's an 8 out of 10 super. An 8 out of 10 super for a 2 out of 10 characterization for Wonder Woman. Pretty okay, yeah.
Black Adam.
Black Adam!
Brainiac. Fighters approaching the Joker's playground.
Oh, we're on the worst stage of the game. Why does Joker have his own... Why is he not DLC in this game? Ah! Please, NetherRealm, if you want to make a shitload of money and make me happy, and a lot of Injustice fans happy, make Joker DLC. Don't make him in the main story again, unless you're going to do a Necron Blackest Night thing, but who gives a shit? Black Adam, let's go! That's an 8.5. The amount, oh wow, it doesn't even hit from that range. The amount of destruction you can unleash with this kind of power, it shows. Although I'm not too keen on the fact that he basically doesn't give a shit and blows up a pyramid, but I mean, it looks cool. Shows the power of Shazam's lightning. But, you know, not my favorite super, but a really strong indication of how powerful Black Adam is. He's Black Adam, he can do whatever he wants. I'm sure somebody will rebuild that pyramid, eventually. The 3 or 4 that we destroyed. Yeah, that's right. Forget about that ability. Lightning! 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 Well, time to chill.
Captain
Captain
Cold.
Cold style.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Arkham Asylum.
Ordinarily, I'm not too keen on supers like Captain Cold's, but Captain Cold in general is just not a fighter. His biggest thing is that he's got this Sub-Zero gold gun that can freeze people. I mean, that's it. He's not a trained fighter. The only thing he's really good at is bank heists and stealing shit. So the fact that they worked with that and gave him this super... Precisely. Like, that's actually a really good super considering what Captain Cold's capable of. That's a 7.5. Like, is it the most creative super in the world? No. But considering, like, what was Captain Cold gonna do anyways? The skateboarding, or the snowboarding up the ice thing was very cool. Hi, Cat. But there wasn't exactly a whole lot else he could do. I mean, like, he could create hazards with the ice thing and whatever, but... But hey, I'm not complaining here. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10 considering the kind of character Captain Cold is. He's very much a product of the 50s. Damien!
Robin.
I have an interesting history with Damien. I thought that he was actually like this in the comics, but he is not. Good, but not great, yeah. But, you know, nothing could be further from the truth. There's stuff about Damien in the comics that are not shown in the game. And, you know, I'm glad that I'm turning to the comic source material now. But anyways, Damian Wayne, Robin, Lego. That is a really good example of the kind of super that that's, by the way, that's an 8.5 out of 10. But this is the kind of example of a super move that I would have liked more with certain other characters, you know what I mean? Like, thinking these a little fuck like in this game. I know. But straight up, Robin's super is a really good example of like what I wanted more from Cyborg. Because what is he known for? What is Damian Wayne known for? Using a sword. And look, for 80% of the super, he's using the sword and then he uses his gadgets for the finish. It isn't like he's, oh, I'm gonna use my sword once and let my fucking batarangs do the rest of the work. You know what I mean? Take notes, Batman. Your own sidekick has a better super move than you. But it needs more. It needs to be... Would you be willing to say that you would need it to be longer? Because I'm sensing that given the time that most of these super moves have, it's hard not to be like, in order to fit more of these in, we're going to have to make it longer and stretchier. But, I don't know, we'll see. Scarecrow! This was a wild card pick, and as far as Batman villains go, because there's quite a few of them in this game, what a cool way to use it. What a really cool, really badass thing to have Scarecrow in a fighting game, and he becomes a damn... you know, freaky, jittery, walking monster of death thing. I liked what they did with Scarecrow here. The only thing that I would have been even more keen on is if he absorbed, if he was human and absorbed enough fear gas to basically be the monster instead of this being just some sort of gangly ass hallucination. But moving on, Scarecrow. But the unique gravestone. Yeah, Scarecrow's is another one of those 9s. It's a 9 out of 10 super. I really do like it. The only thing that could have made it better, and it would have required a hell of a lot more resources and time than WB gave NRS, would be if they somehow allowed Scarecrow to have to kind of show the fears of the enemy in question. So, like, Brainiac seeing his collection being destroyed. Batman, you know, Gotham burning and all of his allies dying. Superman, chaos reigning supreme. Whatever. But for having to give him one... But for him having one super move that goes across the board, it's still having the unique element of having the character's name on a gravestone, alongside with how cool it is that he can get yanked into his fear dimension. 9 out of 10. Damn good super. It's spicy. Beautiful. Now for this guy. I have mixed feelings about Bane. Like, as far, like, he's definitely, like, I definitely would have preferred him to come back over the Joker, but I wouldn't mind if he sat out another game either, you know? Like, I don't want him to become this game's Kano.
Bane. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Atlantis.
And his super is really strange too. Like his Injustice 1 super was very fitting for him because it was a beatdown that ended in a very iconic move. But this, for some reason, Bane gets the ability to do an aerial rave and then does a goddamn super tombstone. That's a 5.5. I'll give it a 5.5 because it's kind of cool, but I would have liked it if there was more backbreaking, you know. You know, like that, or like this. You know what I mean? I would have liked more backbreaking, because that's what Bane's known for. But no, not how it was meant to be. So 5.5 out of 10 for Bane. Brainiac.
Brainiac.
I'm gonna switch it up too.
Brainiac. Brainiac. Fighters approaching the Joker's playground.
Oh, that's right. Anyways, we keen to know what Shadowcat thinks about Bane before I proceed with Brainiac. Repeat it? Okay. I shall repeat the super move. Very quickly, though.
Bane. Superman.
And just for the sake of expediency, we're gonna do it on Superman. I gave this one a 5.5 out of 10. One more time. With the extra light so that it's easier to watch the things. Or would this be even easier? It's so weird that Bane of all characters gets an aerial rave super. Okay, that should be a, hopefully you can get a judgment out of that.
Brainiac.
Ah! I went too far.
Brainiac.
Not great. Bane is a juiced up loser since isn't as wild as say Supergirls. Yeah. From a power standpoint, yeah, that's pretty much exactly right. But I would have liked it if there was more spine snapping, but you know, can't win them all.
Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
Fucking Independence Day. Okay, that is a really good super. As far as Brainiac supers go, he is the kind to just step back and let his minions do the work, and then summon his ship with its unique music cue as it friggin' boom blows you up. But it's still a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I think the thing that would have helped him more is if there was like some sort of combo into natively, and then it goes into that, or like we see Brainiac go into the shit. But yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. Is that just me, or am I doing these things? Okay. 7 out of 10. Raiden. The Ray Diddy. Okay. Here's the funny thing. Technically, there's 2 versions of this super, but really, there's just the one. But just because I want to show it, I'm going to show it with Brainiac. Or, I'm going to show it with Raiden and with his premier skin.
Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
But as far as Mortal Kombat, X-Rays, Fatal Blows, super moves go, this is probably the best that Mortal Kombat has ever seen. Flash is maybe a 10 out of 10, but so is this thing. So is this thing, man. This is the best super any Mortal Kombat character has ever had. The damn Mortal Kombat Dragon. How do you beat this shit? How do you beat that shit? And with the gong cue as well. Mwah! But here's the thing. I'm gonna do it one more time just because of his premier skin, Black Lightning. Black Lightning, this was weird that they made Black Lightning a Raiden premier skin. He doesn't, like, Black Lightning doesn't have the ability to teleport, but he does have the ability to fly. So some of the moves make sense, others don't. So they actually changed Black Lightning's super move for when you're playing as Black Lightning. Summons the big fist. The big thunder fist. So, I mean, it's cool, but not quite as cool. Not quite as cool as Raiden. So, but because they share the same slot, they get the same 10 out of 10 rating. It is just magnifique. I freaking love it. But Shadowcat is gonna hate who's next. These 4.
Leonardo.
The Teenage Mutant Dragon is indeed the superior version.
Fighters approaching contact.
Because, of course, Dragon. And it's the Mortal Kombat Dragon of all things. It's not some random generic dragon. It's the Mortal Kombat Dragon logo that comes to life and fucking smashes people to the ground. I would not be surprised if we ever see that move again. That is how Raiden defeats Shinnok all those millions of years ago. But now it's time for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Lego. Leo's is a full screen starter, so that's what version is a full screen starter.
My turn. Shell shock.
You're gonna hate me for this, Shadow Cat. But as far as supers go, this is a 9. Like, this perfectly encapsulates the Turtles. Leo leads the charge, Mikey comes in on his skateboard with the assist, Raph goes brutal, Donnie goes for the launch,
Shell shock.
and the brothers team up to take down the opponent. This is the quintessential Ninja Turtle super move. And I think, like, if the Ninja Turtles ever get their own fighting game, whether they're made by NetherRealm or otherwise, this is the super move gold standard. This is what I would expect for the Turtles to have, unless all of the Turtles are separate characters.
Shell shock.
You know what I mean? But I still don't... Well, I don't blame you. For those who are curious, Donnie's is the slowest for the startup of the super move. Mikey's is the fastest at 6 frames. And Raph has 3 hits that go into it, but it's the same animation afterwards. Adam! I love Ryan Choi. He's such a cool character.
Brainiac.
Not 100% sure about his super move, though.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
It has been a little bit since I've seen the super move. So, let us take a look, shall we? Oh yeah, that's right. Slam into Shoryuken Big Mode. That's an 8 out of 10. I really like this super. But what's really cool about this super is that you have the ability to shrink and still be able to pull off the super move, despite you being super duper tiny. I love it. I really like this super. Not as much as I like his throw, though. Watch where you're going. Alright, I don't have the teleport in this one. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. By the way, watch this. Big Brainiac! Small Brainiac! And the default is big. Tiny Brainiac!
Moving on.
Next up, Coriander.
Starfire. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Metropolis.
You stabbed her in the boobs! That's rude! Brainiac straight up stabbed Starfire in the boobs. That is just rude. What are we gonna do about it, gang? Is Starfire gonna stand for this? Or is Starfire gonna whoop some ass? We're gonna whoop some ass. Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew! That is, in my opinion, an 8.5. Superfire. Starfire has a really good super. The only thing that bugs me is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. She throws 4 star bolts, but one of them always misses, and I don't like that. I feel like it should have. Those 4 should have counted as hits, or we should have seen the 4th one connect or something. But you know, 8.5 out of 10. Really good super. Excuse me. Next up we have Plant Lady.
Poison Ivy.
Plant Lady.
Brainiac.
We're gonna go to
Fighters
Arkham.
approaching Arkham Asylum.
See how you like getting stabbed in the boobs. Stabbed in your robo-packs! Okay, Ivy. Show this mechanical menace what you're capable of. That's ultimately a better version of Swamp Thing's super. Swamp Thing's doing it himself, but she created all of these plants. And they're working with her. You know, stunning Brainiac, pulling him in, getting chomped on. So yeah, I believe I gave Swamp Things a 7 out of 10 if memory serves, so this is a 7.5. It's not much better, but it fits the character more, it's just that she doesn't do as much. That's why it kind of reaches that middle ground. If she did a little more, like maybe kicked them into the plant instead, this would have been an 8. Needs more whip. Deadshot.
Deadshot.
Floyd Lawton.
Raiden.
Oops.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
Be keen to know what Shadowcat thinks about the Poison Ivy super. While we wait, let's stab Darkseid. Darkseid, Brainiac a little more. Stab you. Six from 5 out of 10? Okay. Deadshot! Oh, that's okay. That's all good. We should be almost done now. So once I finish up, you can focus on that awesome sounding thing. I'm gonna watch that again. 7 is definitely... Deadshot has the good stuff. Yeah, it's brutal. I don't know if I can give it a 7 though. Because what I would have really liked is... Okay, here's the way... I will give it a 7. But I'm gonna give it a way to turn it into an 8.5 or a 9 right now. So, same super, same startup, same sort of thing. Show off his military training and his shankiness, sure. But instead of putting it over his shoulder and shoot and doing the headshot, I would have loved it if he grabbed the rifle, shot straight ahead, and then the bullet ricocheted off of something, comes back at the opponent, Deadshot ducks, the bullet maybe grazes his helmet, hits the opponent square in the head. A trick shot is all that was missing from that super move to really make it a true Deadshot super. Next up is Barbara Ann Minerva, aka
Cheetah. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Brainiac's ship.
But yeah, like that's probably the best way that you could have made that better with the time allotted, you know? Give it a trick shot of some kind. But now it's time for the Cheetah. And she also has a full screen super. Just like Aquaman and Leonardo. Oh, 8 out of 10. Straight up an 8 out of 10. First off, I know a lot of people who are in Marvel vs. Capcom are like, this is Maximum Spider. Yes, but did Spider-Man do that? The slow spine break. That's what was missing from Bane earlier. Cheetah's brutality, showing off her claws and her agility. This is a great super. And it has something that I wish Bane's super had. Just that savage spine snapping. But it is what it is what it is. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
Gorilla Grodd.
Fraud.
Brainiac.
This is an interesting one.
Fighters approaching Brainiac's ship.
7.5 out of 10 for Cheetah. Beauty. Here's my thing. Also, by the way, I will be streaming Control tomorrow night, just so you know. Here's the thing about Grodd. I like the concept of a telekinetic talking super smart gorilla. I don't like it when they eat brains, are generally evil, and mind control Dinah and Ollie. I know it's in character for him to do that, but no. If they gave him a Solovar Premier skin, I would have played Grodd a lot more. It's not for a super move, though. I think that's a 7. I'm going to look at it again, but I think that's a 7. Mind and might, all in one package. I think that's what they were going for with this super, to show off how strong and how telekinetically... Yeah, I know you're not meant to like Grodd, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's a 7. But honestly, if I like the character, I'm more inclined to play them, so... It's just sad that I like Grodd's playstyle, but despise the character. And that's what stopped me from playing him. The last punch has some serious impact, though, and I really do like that. Wham! Okay. For some reason, they only ever put 2 lanterns in this game, but I'm glad that they went with Atrocitus this time around.
Atrocitus. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Red Sun Prison.
Ow! Bleh! Okay. Atrocitus. That is a... I don't know if 7's too high. Hold on. Butcher's pretty cool. But there's... The ending is too weak for me to give it a 7. Yeah, I know. But it's just too weak of an ending. It's too weak of a... It's too weak of an ending. Just let me bleh on you for longer. No. Look, Atrocitus is the leader of the Red Lantern Corps, right? It suffers from a similar thing with Deadshot, just worse. That the ending is not quite up to par. Like, the stab, the reciting the oath, and everything is great. But what it's missing is more Red Lanterns. I mean, for God's sakes, he summons Daxstar as an assist. The kitty should have gotten an assist. You think so, Cutting Edge? Should have dunked him in the Blood River or whatever. Yeah, something like that. That connected. But, yeah, see what I mean? Like, if the cat was involved in the super, it would have been way better. But, nah, just ends up being just like, bleh, I must be sick all on you. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Okay. Our penultimate character.
The Joker.
This guy.
Brainiac.
You're going to be in Mortal Kombat 11 in about 4 days.
Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
So. Yeah, but that's a very cheetah thing to do, to use her claws and agility and then break your spine. Certainly better than what Bane got. Anyway. Oh! Alternate superstar. Normally it starts with a gas explosion, but I got it with the pie. So I'm going to change loadouts. That is an Simply CK. Hello, Simply CK! Caught me on the tail end of this stream here, but we were rating supers for the past hour. Myself and Shadowcat. And I'm giving this one an 8. No, an 8.5. It's very Joker. It's a very brutal Joker. But with a little womp, just for that little extra bit of gaggery. I like that. But what's really unique about the Joker's super move is it's able to be comboed from. Joker can take his super move, use it as a combo extender, and potentially get a super... Look at that combo. I got that from a super move. In fact, I think I could do it again. MK11 Joker, I actually am starting to warm up to him a little bit. They made him really goofy, and people are like, I want brutal Joker. But I personally don't mind the goofy Joker because it adds an element of comic relief to an otherwise really brutal game. There we go. So I just want to show an example of a proper super move combo that you can do. Damn it. I really want to... You really have to try and get back 3 off here. And the window is tight, but you can do it for sure. Shit. No. Better goofy than another Jared Leto. Yeah, pretty much. And besides, there's nothing wrong with being goofy, especially in your fatalities. He does have brutal crushing blows and brutality, so they can afford to make him a little more goofy. I almost connected with the crowbar, but there's the idea there, right? It's super sweet. I like that. And I'm also really glad they didn't make him a clone of the Joker in Injustice either. It was a pleasant surprise. I was fully expecting them to just copy-paste the Joker's Injustice moveset, and I might have been okay with that. But the fact that they bothered to give him a unique moveset with a cane and weird, like, hostage situations and throwing people at people and Jack-in-the-Box shenanigans, color me not unhappy with the Joker, is what I'll say. And what's interesting is that the Joker replaced Ash Williams, so they had a guest in line, and then they replaced Ash Williams with a guest. So Spawn could have Takeda moves. With the chains? With the... Yeah!
Okay.
1 second, please. I will be right back, folks.
Smart up.
Hi.
Smart enough.
Okay. I raise you that question, Shadowcat, with my own answer. Spawn has more than just chains. He has guns, he has an axe, he has his cape as a weapon, and he has other sorts of freaky, goopy shit that he can do with his suit, because it's essentially... Todd McFarlane, for a little bit of backstory, he did a lot of Spider-Man stories in the late 80s, early 90s, before he created Spawn. And he did a lot of work with Venom, and Venom's McFarlane design is one of his most iconic. But anyways, so he got the idea of Spawn's basically ectoplasmic goopy suit, the black suit thing that he wears, from Venom as a symbiote thing. And then when he made the Spawn comics on his own, away from Marvel, away from DC, that was kind of the idea he rolled with. So Spawn has more than just the chains, but frankly, if it was between Spawn and Takeda, that would be a really tough call. I would be like, can I replace Joker with Takeda and keep Spawn? That would literally be what I would do. Or the Terminator, because the... Yeah, I don't know what it was about animated shows from the 90s to the early 2000s, but they were fucking fire, dude. They were fire. But we have one more super move to do, and then we're moving on to transitions, and then the stream is done. And that, my friends, is Superman. And we are going to beat on Brainiac again.
Approaching the Batcave.
Okay, not once did we go to the Batcave. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny that not... Oh yeah, and that's just one of the problems that I have with the fucking MK11 story. But we're not here to talk MK11. We're here to talk Injustice 2 and super moves. So, Superman. I like that one. That's an 8.5. It's not quite as epic as in scale as his Injustice 1 super, but he trades that for more brutality and more oomph. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's an 8.5. And now, while I wait for your guys' opinions on Superman's super move, by the way, Simply CK, if you're wondering if you want to go back and watch other super moves, Simply CK gives it a 7. Feel free to go back through the rest of the stream and watch the rest of the super moves. We've already spent about an hour and a half, and I do not intend on running through them again. But 6.5? Okay. Now we're going to rate stage transitions. These are going to be a little bit different in that there's stage transitions are going to be briefer, but Batman is a 10 out of 10. Really? Interesting. I personally gave it a 6.5. But yeah, we're going to use premier skins for all the stage transitions, so Bizarro's going to get some love. Okay, Bizarro, launch this fool. As far as stage transitions go, we're not comparing them to super moves, by the way. We're just comparing them as stage transitions. So I think this will be our gold standard. It was nice. It shows how well, like, how we get here. And I personally give it an 8 because that final clang really hurts. Now it's time for this one. This one is a 7. I'm a little bit miffed that they made Killer Croc a cameo in a stage transition again in Injustice, but I kind of like that because it's unique because you're getting rushed through water and then somebody launches you in here. I'm not sure if I like it being one big loop, but it kind of makes sense for it to be since it's underground. But that's neither here nor there. On to the next stage transition, which there are no stages with 3 stage transitions, and 4 of the stages have no stage transitions. We're gonna move on to we're gonna be doing premier skins for this, so we're gonna go and do, because since we did Supergirl's super move, we're gonna do Power Girl for the stage transitions. I'd like your thoughts on the stage transitions as well,
Brainiac.
if you would like. Ow. Fun fact, by the way, Power Girl's voice actress is the same voice actress for Frost in Mortal Kombat 11. Stage transitions back to Mortal Kombat. I'm not sure. On the one hand, it would be kind of cool because Mortal Kombat hasn't had stage transition since Mortal Kombat 3. But at the same time, I feel like if they brought back stage transitions, it would make the game almost too injustice-y. And I'm not 100% sure how you would engage in a stage transition without doing the Injustice style with the light, heavy, or light, mid, heavy combination thing. Maybe with an interaction or something, but I'm just not sure how you would do that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't mind. They were actually going to be a thing in Mortal Kombat X, but they actually got cut from the game. Now it's time for Red Sun Prison going down. Very brief. That's a 5. It's very brief. It's probably one of the faster stage transitions, and some people would actually like that, but for me, not so much. And if memory serves, the same kind of goes here, where it's a very brief stage transition. Yeah, it's so brief they don't even bother to change it into 30 FPS, both of them. So they're both a 5 out of 10 for me. But that's just me. Moving right along. Plenty. Who else has a premier skin? Oh yeah, Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. Brainiac.
So we did Batcave, and we did Red Sun Prison. Okay, I got a pattern now.
Fighters approaching Arkham Asylum.
We're gonna do Arkham Asylum next. Here we go. That's another really brief one, and I'm not sure how I like the prisoners getting kind of shunted out of their cages, but I'm gonna give that one a 5.5, just because it at least bothered to be a little bit longer. Let's do this one. Not the best. I like the elevator one, though. I'm not gonna lie. The elevator one is like a 6.5 because it's just straight down, big explosion to launch you out of the asylum. I really like it. But it's not my favorite of the stage transitions, yeah. And it's definitely really brief. It's got the same problem as the Red Sun Prison ones. Who else is a premier skin? Not too many characters do in this game. Oh, GL does.
Green Lantern. Brainiac.
So, just to recap, I give both Red Sun Prison transitions a 5 out of 10. The Batcave transition, on the Batwing, a 7, and the Killer Croc one a 6.5. And I give the Arkham Asylum Into the Asylum a 5, and the Out of the Asylum a 6.5. So. That's in case you were wondering what my thoughts were. Moving on!
Fighters approaching Kondak.
I'm going to do something a little bit different. It might skew the... I don't want it to skew the rating, though, so I'll probably actually save it for later. But... just kind of get him into position here. Here we go. From Kondak to the Rock of Eternity. It's kind of neat. Very magical. 6.5 though. Not my favorite. Not my favorite, but I'm definitely not one to complain about that stage transition, because it's cool to see the Tower of Fate as well, but, you know. More stairs. Would have been kind of cool to see the portal up there, but I personally give that one a 7. That's a really good stage transition. But just because I can, I'm just going to flex a little because I really like playing as Green Lantern. Couldn't resist. Sorry. We got combos, boys. Combos! Hello, cat. Brief cameo for the kitty. Shut up. You're gonna love this. Hello. It's a cat. Little cat. It's a kitty. It's a kitty. He doesn't like me very much. Hello, yes, I love him. Ooh, I know who has a premier skin.
Vixen.
For Cheetah.
Brainiac.
Cat, yes. Okay.
Fighters approaching
Brainiac ship has transitions, and they're good examples of how to do brief transitions right, if memory serves. Get back in the fight! Yeah, I really like that one. I'm gonna give that one a 7.5, actually. Also, fun fact, Vixen's voice actor also voices Jackie Briggs in Mortal Kombat 11. Another really brief one, but one that actually kind of works. I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10. I like both of these relatively brief stage transitions. Don't be so irritated, cat. You're on the internet. It's both of them an 8. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna do my boy Jay Garrick.
The Flash.
Brainiac.
Fighters
Metropolis.
approaching Metropolis.
They got 6.5s from me. They aight. Cool. Alright. Time to get swifty. I don't like that one. That's a 4. And there's a couple of reasons why. One, it's kind of brief. And I kind of prefer the longer stage transitions. But number 2, that made absolutely no goddamn sense. I'm not sure if you've seen what happens when people get hit by vans, but they don't get sent flying hundreds of feet into the air through a train track and into the side of a building. So, what I would have preferred is if there was a superhuman brawl of some kind, whether it was just some random C-tier superhumans with some level of super strength, and then one of them decks the other person into the sky in order to launch them there. Not with the van. That and even then, with the hero cameo, depending on what it is, it would have been between a 5 and a 6. Way too brief. This one, on the other hand, I actually really like. I'm gonna give that one an 8 because it's action-packed. It's full of it's a crazy train thing, and then you end up back through the Ace of Clubs, and it's longer than the other one. So it is what it is. Which is to say, better than from the bar to the Memorial Station. Not sure how that one happened. Blah, 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 blah. Next we have, for Premier Skins, I don't think any of the other DLC characters have Premier Skins. Unless you count the Turtles, and even then they're technically different characters. Let's do Grid.
Grid. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Atlantis.
Curious to know if you guys share the same level of a dichotomy on my ratings for that Metropolis one, for those Metropolis ones. Yeah. Oh, I have this. To Atlantis in the meantime. This we thought would deconfirm Black Manta. It didn't. But that's a 9 out of 10 stage transition. It involves some cameos from the DC universe. It's epic, it's long, launches people, and we end up here in a sensible fashion at least. And there we go. That one's a 7. I love the water slide one. But that's just me. On to Gotham. And time for the laziest premier skin in the game.
Batman. Brainiac. Fighters approaching Gotham City.
Why did they think that this was a good one to give us?
You're leaving, Brainiac.
The Bruce Wayne skin? Yeah. It's borderline comical. Like, what's the point? He doesn't even have any unique dialogue. It's just, let's have Batman in a suit. That stage transition, by the way, a little less nonsensical than Metropolis, but that doesn't save it from a 5.5. Because of rich people, sure, but like, okay, I'll admit, hiding the little wing flaps in for the wingsuit and the counters and the cape stuff in the suit, okay, that's kind of clever, but really, Bruce Wayne, Batman? Really? Could we not have had Solovar Grodd or, let's see, Solovar Grodd, Victor Zsasz Joker? Oh, well, Victor Zsasz Joker wouldn't have made quite as much sense. Dr. Chaos, Dr. Fate, let me see here. I'm trying to remember all the cast because this is like 40 plus. No, because Bruce Wayne. Still not keen on it. But it is what it is. I wonder if this suit has this. Because okay, so it does. This stage transition is very brief, but it makes sense, and it's very nice. I definitely give that one a 7 out of 10. And in case you're wondering how the grapnel did that, some abilities, or some augments on certain pieces of gear for certain characters allow them to use moves other than their back threes to do stage transitions. And with the Billionaire Batman set, the straight grapple is a perfect example. Who's that? It's me. I don't know why I keep saying that. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, why didn't we get Ocean Master Aquaman as a really good example? No, let's get Bruce Wayne in a suit. Okay, who else has a premier skin, if anybody? I don't think anybody else does, so we're gonna do the Turtles now.
Donatello.
So we're gonna do the Turtles for the next little bit, for the next few. And then viewer's choice? Who would you like to see send Brainiac through a wall? That's what I'm thinking. All right. Yeah, and the Azrael skin for Batman. Okay. Yeah, I was just having a hard time remembering all of the ideas for Brainiac. Oh wait, is that it? I think that's actually it. Arkham Asylum, Red Sun Prison, Metropolis. Yeah, Gorilla City doesn't have one. Joker's playground. Is Dick Grayson in this game? Yes or no? No, Dick Grayson is not in this game. The closest you're gonna get, believe it or not,
Robin.
is Staff of Grayson on Robin. Because
Fighters approaching contact.
Nightwing had the staff in Injustice 1, and then Damian basically stole it for Injustice 2 in one of his abilities, which ended up not seeing any play because in this game, because of how the gear worked, abilities were not allowed. Want to see something cool then? Watch this. Sword into staff into sword for a super move combo. Now, if only Dick Grayson was actually in this game! Also, one thing worth noting is that in the last game, if you had staff, you would revert back to Escrimas if you threw somebody. But no, they actually give a new throw animation to Damian so that he can keep his staff. Yeah, that's the closest you're gonna get to Dick Grayson in this game. Sorry! Okay, folks, we've almost hit our usual 2-hour cap for streams, so I am just probably gonna leave it here. But before we wrap things up, I would like to know what your guys' favorite super moves in this game is. For me, it's kind of a tie between Raiden's and the Flash as coolest super moves in the game. But I'm curious to know what you guys have to think. Do you guys have a favorite and why, or which one's your least favorite? Just a quick question there, just to burn the last couple of minutes, but... Raiden, hands down, it has Dragon. What about you, Simply CK? You got a favorite or no? And what is your least favorite as well, Shadowcat? Like, what's the one that made you go, yeah, no? For me, that one, worst super in the game, probably goes to Cyborg, if I gotta be perfectly honest. Most disappointing super was probably Black Canaries, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the worst. Abject worst. So at least Black Canary said something cool about it, and she actually did it. But... Robin, Red Hood, Atrocitus you like. Okay. Yeah, Red Hood had a really good super. Robin as well. Atrocitus... The only thing about Atrocitus is I wish it would have had some sort of different impact. Like, if it had a bunch of lanterns ganging up on him or something. But otherwise, it was pretty good. It started off strong, and it just fell flat on its face at the end. That's my biggest problem with Atrocitus' super. So I felt like it just fell flat on its face. Flat on its face. I don't know what about... There it is. Water. I suppose one final question. If you could have any one guest, if you could walk into NetherRealm right now and guarantee a guest character for Injustice 3, no matter how bizarre or how unlikely or how weird it would be, who would you want to see in Injustice and why? I know Shadowcat's not keen on the guest, but I'm just curious if she has a guest that she would like to see. Cobra Commander or Storm Shadow because 80s is too cool. I love those two characters. It will be unexpected. True. And I mean, let's be honest here. It wouldn't be the first time the 80s infiltrated, it wouldn't be the first time that the 80s infiltrated a NetherRealm game. I mean, I heard some wild theories about guests for Injustice since the TMNT came out. Power Rangers, He-Man. But this is the first time I've heard G.I. Joe characters being in there. Don't eat that. No Serpentor. Who the hell is Serpentor? What is he from? Fucking Inhumanoids? I've never heard of him before. Unless you know he's from G.I. Joe, and I totally forgot that he existed, which would be a surprise since the last time I saw G.I. Joe, I was probably about 14 years old. Okay, he's from G.I. Joe. Okay, so we're going to cut it short here. I'm going to play the super move one last time on the Joker this time.
The Joker. Fighters
On his own arena. Don't forget to be awesome, guys. And I will see you... I almost will see you on the other side. I just want to do one last little itty-bitty thing, because certain shaders change the color of Raiden's lightning. And I want to see if I have a specific one. And He-Man crosses over... I remember this. I remember seeing that. And hearing about some of the things that have been going on, and it was a weird trip. So you could see Skeletor or He-Man, yeah. Okay, I have an orange lightning, so... Don't forget to be awesome, guys, and I'll see you on the other side.